Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Pajama Storytime at the Community Library in Salem and Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. My name is Miss Theresa, and tonight I'm going to read a couple of books to you by James Dean, and they're by one of my favorite characters, Pete the Cat. I hope you know Pete, and if you don't, maybe you'll like him after you read a couple books with me. I hope you enjoy them, so here we go. Our first book is Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. And he has a song that goes with the book. We'll try that as we go. Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes by James Dean, creator of Pete the Cat, and the stories by Eric Litwin. This is an imprint of HarperCollins Books. Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? I'll give you a hint. Red. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Everything is cool. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. What color did it change Pete's shoes? I'll give you a hint. Blue. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Awesome. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large puddle of mud. What color did the mud turn Pete's shoes? What color do you think? Brown. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Groovy. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water. And all the brown and all the blue and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again? Do you remember what color they were at the beginning? White. But now they were wet. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Rock and roll. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. And the moral of the story, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song. Because it's all good. The end. I hope you've been doing well. Have you noticed it snowed outside? Did you make a snowman? We had some good snow for making a snowman, and we're supposed to get some more snow. So maybe you'll get outside and make a snowman. I did. Mine tipped halfway over, so we call him Tippy. Now I have one more story for you about Pete the Cat by the same people and by HarperCollins Books. Pete the Cat in his 4 groovy buttons. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boing! Oh no, one of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1, 2, 3. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Boing! Oh no. How many buttons are left? 1, 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Boing, pop. Oh no. Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Boing, pop. Oh no. The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? His belly button. And he kept singing his song. It's all good. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing our song. Buttons come and buttons go. The end. I hope you enjoyed this evening's story time, and I hope to see you really soon. In the meantime, you can come in and visit the library, or you can do some of our programs online. We're doing some Zoom meetings, and we have some fun things coming up. I hope to see you really soon. Take care, and bye-bye.